Manish Sisodia had destroyed his mobile phone and changed his IMI. Now, mobile phone have a IMI, which is a unique number that he changed his SIM card. That was done so that the digital data that was being present in those phones can not be traced to him. Now, more importantly, C. Arvind, his then private secretary, in fact said that the profit margin, a 12% profit margin that was given to the wholesalers is not traced to him. Now, if 12% profit margin is fixed for wholesalers, and that was decided way back in March 2021. Now, all these developments that have taken place, which CBI traced from March 2021 to November 2022, when this excise policy was in existence. All these developments, in fact, allegedly pointed fingers at Manish Sisodia. Now, Aam Aadmi Party have always said that there was nothing wrong with this excise policy. They always point out that the same excise policy is in Punjab and that there has been a revenue increase of 48%. But the Enforcement Directorate and CBI point out that the then excise policy led to a revenue loss of 2,830 crores. Now, how they have tabulated is that on a daily basis, while there has been consumption increase, there have been at the same time a 13 crore rupees loss, and that's what they have pointed out, and that's how the revenue loss has been shown by the Enforcement Directorate, that if you just look at 8 months period, 13 crore loss. If you tabulate 13 crore daily loss, it turns out to be 2,830 crore rupees. Yes, whenever CBI went to his residence, on 3 occasions they went to his residence, nothing incriminating was found. How CBI builds up its case tomorrow when
All right, so that is, of course, my colleague Bhavatosh who's getting us the latest on that. The breaking news, of course, being that Manish Sisodia has been arrested by the CBI. Remember, this is in connection with the excise policy case. He's been arrested after 8 hours of questioning. So clearly a huge setback for Manish Sisodia. Just to talk about this, what Bhavatosh was also pointing out is that the CBI and the ED have pointed out the revenue loss. But for more information on this breaking story that we are tracking at this hour, my colleague Ila joins me live on the broadcast. Ila, good evening. This is, of course, a huge setback for Manish Sisodia, considering he has been arrested by CBI. But talk to us about the allegations. And after 8 hours of questioning and grilling by the CBI, what is exactly the status now? All right, we're going to try connecting with my colleague Ila in a few minutes. But what we can tell you so far is that Manish Sisodia has been arrested after 8 hours of questioning. That's the big breaking story that we're tracking here. Remember, the CBI has arrested Sisodia in the liquor scam. Remember earlier as well, if we talk about the timeline and the sequence of just the excise policy case where the CBI probe against Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia. The first case was, of course, registered on 17th of August. But to talk to us about this breaking development, my colleague Ila joins me live on the broadcast. Ila, good evening. This is, of course, a setback for Manish Sisodia, considering he's been arrested by the CBI after 8 hours of investigation. But what are the main charges? And also talk to us about
arrested Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia on the liquor policy scam. CBI was interrogating Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia from past 8 hours, and this was the second time he was called at CBI headquarters on the alleged liquor policy scam. And the CBI sources are saying that the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia was not cooperating with all the questions and interrogation procedure, and that is the reason of his arrest. And CBI also showed the statements of the key players who were involved in this whole liquor excise policy scam, and still they were not getting the sufficient answers, satisfactory answered, and that is the reason behind the arrest of Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia, as the Aam Aadmi Party was apprehensive from the morning only be that Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia might get arrested. We even saw how he did a road show and also requested the people to be with him in this time. And after that, he reaches to the CBI headquarters where he appears to be confident. Aam Aadmi Party is clearly saying that this is all false accusations on him and this is all baseless cases, and central government is trying to use CBI as an agency to suppress the voice of the opposition. Now the big breaking, as the Aam Aadmi Party was suspecting from the morning only, Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia is now arrested by the CBI. That is what we are getting in latest, and we have to see that how this interrogation would move and carry forward. But the one thing is very clear that from the morning only we were seeing high voltage drama where Aam Aadmi Party was completely sure that this might happen. Now we have to see what Aam Aadmi Party reactions would be. Over to you.
Absolutely, Ila. As you're pointing out, of course, this is a setback for Sisodia, considering he has been arrested in the excise policy scam. Just to talk about the background of this case in terms of the important dates in the CBI investigation, it was first fired on the 17th of August, where the CBI, remember, registered a case against him and private individuals and public servants in the alleged liquor scam. In fact, in August itself, CBI had searched bank lockers of Manish Sisodia, where he had claimed nothing was found in the searches. But right after, remember, one of the key leads in this was the fact that in September, Aam Aadmi Party campaign in charge, Vijay Nair, was arrested by the CBI back then, after which, of course, what we did see in January, just talking about the sequence of events, is then they raided Manish Sisodia's office in Delhi Secretariat and seized a computer. But like my colleague Bhavatosh was also pointing out, no incriminating evidence was found. But Ila joins me back on the broadcast again. Ila, in fact, talking about, you said that, you know, there were including statements of his private secretary, C. Arvind, who had also spoken about the profit margin of 6%, which was fixed in March 2021. Talk to us on that front, because that is one of the main cruxes of this investigation as far as the alleged excise policy scam is concerned.
Private Secretary of Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was interrogated on the liquor excise policy scam, where he told the CBI that the profit margin was fixed around 6%, and also the same questions would be asked from the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia only, and the CBI sources are saying that somewhere the answers were not satisfactory. CBI was investigating and interrogating the role of Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia on the implementation of new excise policy and how it has benefited some private vendors. And this is the breaking news, and we will also show you how the security has tightened up outside the headquarters of CBI, and additional forces are being deployed here, and CBI has reportedly confronted here Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia with documents and statements from...
All right, Ila, I'd have to come back to you in a couple of minutes, so stay with me. I believe I have Harish Khurana of the BJP joining me on the broadcast. Sir, thank you very much for taking the time out and speaking to us on Mirror Now. This is, of course, you know, a big setback for Manish Sisodia. All right, we'll try connecting with Harish Khurana of the BJP to tell us what he thinks about this particular development. But my colleague Ila, of course, continues to stay with me. Ila, you know, one aspect of it is the legal aspect and what the allegations are. But, you know, what is quite interesting is the tweet that even Manish Sisodia had put out earlier this morning, saying that, you know, he is going to the CBI. He will be, of course, cooperating entirely in the investigation. But he also said that he doesn't care if he has to stay in jail for a few months. Like you also suggested that Arvind Kejriwal had also spoken about the fact that he felt sources suggest that Sisodia would be going to jail. And that's probably what they had predicted, which has come true. Talk to us more on the political aspect of this at the moment.
as we have seen that from the morning only high voltage drama was going on the streets of National Capital Delhi, as Aam Aadmi Party leaders were apprehensive of this arrest, and they were saying that the Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia might get arrested today, and their claims are being true now. And from morning only we have seen how the politics really unfolded on the streets of National Capital Delhi, where Aam Aadmi Party took to streets. Even Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia first went to Rajghat, paid his tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, and after that he reaches to the CBI headquarters at around 11, and since then he was inside the CBI headquarters. It's been 8 hours now. If I talk about the political front, then Aam Aadmi Party was clearly saying that they are sure that Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia would be arrested today, but somewhere or the other Aam Aadmi Party says that these all are false allegations, and the central government is trying to use CBI, which is the central agency, to oppress the voices of the opposition, and they are scared of Arvind Kejriwal, and they are scared of the progress being made by the Aam Aadmi Party, and that is why they are targeting Aam Aadmi Party's ministers and Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia. They were saying that they are ready to go to jail, they are ready to get detained. Even Aam Aadmi Party MLA Sanjay Singh and other leaders, and even Environmental Minister Gopal Rai were trying to reach to CBI headquarters, but they were not allowed, as police from the morning only had deployed additional forces and barricaded certain points which leads towards the CBI headquarters, and then police detained around 50 people, which includes Aam Aadmi Party MLA.
Ila, stay with me. I'm going to come back to you in a couple of minutes. I believe I have Harish Khurana of the BJP joining me on the broadcast. Sir, thank you very much for taking the time out and speaking to us on Mirror Now. Your first reaction about the fact that Manish Sisodia has been arrested?
See, since last evening, Arvind Kejriwal and Manish Sisodia was having a fear that Manish Sisodia is going to arrest him. My point is, if somebody has done something, he has to be got fear. If he has done nothing, why should there's no need to get worried about it. But his worry, his fear was clearly indicating that he has done something. He has to give a lot of answers, like why have you changed the policy? Why from 2% to 12% commission have been given to wholesalers? Why before the GOM these policy has been sent to these wholesalers and these businessmen? Why you have changed 45 mobile phones in a couple of months? These questions has to be answered. And my belief is this Manish Sisodia is just a pawn of this. The actual kingpin of this whole scam is Arvind Kejriwal, and the day is not far behind when Arvind Kejriwal will also be get interrogated.
But also, sir, just a quick follow-up question. They also state, the Aam Aadmi Party states that central agencies are being used against opposition. They're targeting the Aam Aadmi Party. They believe that the BJP is afraid of Kejriwal's rising popularity, and this is why the charges against Sisodia is false. What is your take on that?
The law is taking their own course. After due diligence and after due inquiry, Manish Sisodia has been arrested. But the same rhetoric has always been repeated that hum to bechare hain ji. I mean, this is vendetta politics is going on. But they are not answering why Satendra Jain has been arrested since last 8 months. No bail has been given. Why Vijay Nayar's bail has not been given since last 4 times. So, I mean, court is not granting the bail, and they're thinking that prima facie there's something wrong in the liquor scam. So if Manish Sisodia has been arrested, law is taking their own course. Let the law take their own course, and they should face in the court now.
Right, sir. Thank you very much for taking the time out and, of course, speaking to us on Mirror Now. That was Harish Khurana of Delhi's BJP talking to us about the fact that Manish Sisodia, of course, has been arrested, but he believes that Arvind Kejriwal, at the end of the day, is a bigger kingpin in this. We're going to keep a close eye on this big story here on Mirror Now. Lots more to